All right, this afternoon on my phone lines, I have the esteemed Chief of Police for the city of Killeen, Mr. Charles Kimble. Good afternoon, sir. How's it going?
Good afternoon, Trey. How are you?
All right, pretty good, pretty good. I see your Green Bay Packers are in first place. That won't be for long, though, you know.
Well, hey, somebody has to rule the NFC North, and it's the best team in the NFC and the best team in the NFL.
Yeah, we'll see. This is last year for your quarterback, so enjoy him. Love him all
We'll
you
see,
can.
we'll see.
All right, so how long have you been Chief of Police here in Killeen?
Trey, I have just hit my 4-year mark.
Okay. What's the term? Is there an election for that, or?
Well, I'm a city employee.
Okay.
And I work at the will of the city manager, along with consultation of the council and the citizens. So,
right.
I try to put my best foot forward, and as long as you will, the city and the council will have me, I'm here.
All right, cool. All right, man, let's jump right in. As you know, it's been a rough year here in Killeen, man. If I'm not mistaken, there's been 12 homicides.
That number may have turned to 13. We had one young lady that passed here recently as a result of a shooting, so I think that put us at 13 for the year. So
okay. Yeah, so this is one of the deadliest, if you want to call it that, years in Killeen history. What's the problem? Is there a gang problem, or is it that people are just going crazy, post-pandemic, or what, man?
Yeah, sure. The numbers from the FBI recently came out here in 2020. And we have followed the national trend last year. Our numbers of homicides are up, and to follow that national trend, I believe in most of the major cities throughout the United States, the homicides are up 30%. And unfortunately, Killeen kind of followed that same model. And we looked at what's going on, and we wondered how much impact did the economy have on those numbers, the impact of COVID, the impact of people being together, the impact of drugs in this community. We believe they have played a role in that, and we are looking at those numbers, and we're looking at a way to combat that. And Trey, one thing that we know for sure, that domestic violence it led the way in those numbers.
Yeah. So are you finding that the crime is coming from people who are from Killeen, or is it imports, people who aren't from here and just found that Killeen is a nice place to live, or is it just a mixed bag here?
Killeen, one of the great things about this city is that we have different people and different cultures from all over.
Right.
And that makes it a really great city. So, it's a great thing, but it brings some issues with it.
Yeah.
And as people come together and they live together, and there are issues, and some of those issues they bring is domestic violence, and some of those issues they bring from other communities and other parts is gang affiliation. So,
right.
And we have really clamped down on the gang part. As you know, that I really got upset. I saw this 5-year-old that was shot a few weeks ago, and we are dealing with that, and that really brought a spotlight to the gang activity here in Killeen.
What are we doing about the gang problem? I know that they're there. Is there any special units to combat gang violence? Do we have detectives out? What's happening here with the gang?
Yeah, absolutely, Trey. We, without getting to a lot of things, because I know that everybody listens to your show, your worldwide show that you have. And I'm not going to put all my information out there, but I would tell you this, that those people that are involved in the gangs, I called them out in an interview. I know who you are. I know the people that are harboring, that are working with them, that are letting them drive their cars, letting them stay, that are buying stuff for them. We know who you are also. And you are involved in this conspiracy. And I tell you, Trey, and I'll tell the listeners, we know who they are, and we're putting up some good cases. We're working with our state partners, with the Department of Public Safety. We're working with our federal partners, U.S. Marshals, the FBI. We are all in because we know that if Killeen is a safe city, it makes the entire community safe.
Right.
I have had conversations with my federal partners, and we know who these people are. We're building up a great case against them. We know who they are. We know the people who they associate with. We know where they're getting their weapons from. And if you think you can come in this community and hurt a 5-year-old child and that grandmother, no, you won't do that. Now, while I'm the police chief, we made some arrests, and we're continuing to make arrests on those involved in the gang activity.
Gotcha. Okay, good deal. So, of course, you are aware of the fact that a large percentage of the public doesn't really trust the police for whatever reason. Maybe their dealings in the past, maybe how it's always been. What are you telling your officers about, dealing with the public? Is there some type of campaign to get out and have conversations with the community just to let the people know, look, the police are really good people. You can trust us.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing about law enforcement and police is unless there's trust and accountability, that we know that we're not going to we're going to win. We're not going to win that conversation. So, we were out this weekend. We know there's a problem with domestic violence. We had our first annual domestic violence walk in Lions Park. We talked to domestic violence survivors. Actually, today we will have National Night Out. So we will be out Tuesday night, National Night Out. We'll have Coffee with a Cop this week also, so people can come out in the daytime and the evening time, and we can meet and have those conversations.
Okay.
We have our Citizens Police Academy going on. So we are involved in those conversations. We have them all the time. We know we have to build trust and accountability so we can make this a great, safe community.
Now, there have been a few instances at a few clubs here in Killeen where there have been shootings and fatalities. Is there some type of special attention that's being shown to when these clubs are let out at 3, 4 in the morning?
Absolutely. We have worked with our federal partners. Some of these clubs have been put off limits to military people.
Right.
We know that the military, our young population, they want a place to unwind and be safe. And if you can't be a safe community where our soldiers and our citizens can go to and they can mingle and have a good time without violence, they have put some of these clubs off limits to military personnel. And I will tell you, the Killeen Police Department, we work hand in hand with them. I'll be going out with them this week to talk about a few more of the clubs. And I implore the club owners, take responsibility. You have patrons that come to your business and they come and have a good time. You have a responsibility what goes on inside and outside of that. And if you need help and you want us to work with you, just call us at the police department and we will try our best to work with you. But you have to meet us halfway in this endeavor.
I know I got limited time with you. COVID-19, that's something that has, of course, struck the world, the community. Is there a mandate for Killeen police officers to be vaccinated?
No, the state of Texas, it doesn't allow for that, the law
right.
as it stands. But I implore my officers on a daily basis and conversations with them that to get the vaccine. Of course, people have hesitations.
Right.
And we try to lead from example. I got vaccinated. The majority of my command staff is vaccinated, and we implore those people that work here to get vaccinated also. We're going to try to wear masks But, when it comes to social distancing, we're in the people business, and it's almost impossible to do so. Right. But at the end of the day, we're going to follow the law. We're going to follow CDC guidelines. Right. But most of my officers, I don't have the exact number, but many of them are vaccinated.
Okay. Lastly, what do you tell your officers about how they deal with, the public and how they interact with people who they may arrest or come across? Because I've had my experience with Killeen police officers is non-existent. I haven't had any. Temple is another story, but Killeen has been pretty cool. There's some police officers just immediately, as soon as they pull you over, they curse you out or, they're rough towards you. Is that something that is taught?
Well, Trey, I would tell you that if anyone in Killeen that has that type of interaction with a police officer that's unwarranted, just right off the bat, call me.
Okay.
We will straighten that out. That is not something that I teach.
Right.
That's not something I have certain expectations of my officers. And for the most part, Trey, most people, 98% of people who have interaction with the police, it's a positive interaction.
Yeah.
You involved with something traumatic, you've had a car accident, or maybe someone's broken your home, and we work through that with you. There's a small population of people in this community that we deal with constantly, and there are some violent people.
Yeah.
They carry weapons. They rob people. They sell drugs, and people sometimes use our goodness against us to take advantage of us or other people in the community, and I won't allow that. We will always be fair. We will always enforce the law. But we will also have a duty to protect ourselves and to protect this community from people who want to do harm. Okay. And it's a fine balancing act at times, Trey. But, for the most part, we get it right.
Yeah.
And for those times that we don't get it right, please call me. Let me know. We got cameras, we got body cameras, and we can resolve most of those issues.
Sounds good, man. I won't take up any more of your time. I appreciate you, man. He's a real good guy. He's always open to come on the air and answer whatever questions I have. And as he said, the Killeen police officer is trying to work with you to protect you guys. He's a Packers fan. You know, that's the only negative we have against him. But other than that, man, he's striving to make Killeen a better place as the chief of police here in Killeen. So thank you so much for your time, Chief Kimble. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on. I look forward to coming back.